Welcome to Inner Citadel. Today, we're going to break down 11 messages that women simply can't resist. These words will make her think about you, crave your attention, and desire to be close to you. Most men make a huge mistake by sending generic, boring messages that are forgotten instantly. But if you want your words to truly captivate her, you need to use proven principles of psychology and Stoicism. Watch this video until the end, and you'll never be ignored again. Now, let's get started. 1. You seem so mysterious. I love uncovering secrets. Women love feeling like they're more than just a pretty face. When you tell her she's mysterious, you make her see herself in a new light. You show her that she's not just another girl, but someone with depth, someone unique, someone worth discovering. This message isn't just a compliment, it's a challenge. It instantly creates intrigue and a game that she'll want to play. If you just wrote, "You're beautiful," she'd take it as a given. But, "You seem so mysterious," makes her think, what exactly did he see? Why does he think that? I wonder what he thinks about me. How to use this message correctly. Context matters. If you send this early in the conversation, it creates an air of mystery. But if she's already familiar with your style, use it when the conversation slows down to reignite her interest. Add specifics. For example, you can write, "You seem so mysterious. There's always something unsaid in your words that intrigues me." Or, "You seem mysterious. I feel like you have your own secrets. I love uncovering them." Be ready for her response. She might ask, "What do you mean? Why do you think that? What secrets?" And just like that, you have a reason to keep talking. The key is not to give a direct answer right away, but to keep her intrigued. For example, "I haven't fully figured it out yet, but there's something about you that makes me curious." Use body language if speaking in person. While saying this, maintain eye contact, smile slightly, and project confidence. Why this message works. Attractive women are used to hearing the same compliments. They constantly get messages like, "You're beautiful," "You're so cute," etc. These phrases don't trigger emotions because they're predictable. But when you call her mysterious, you spark emotions. She starts thinking and analyzing your words. Make her feel unique. It's not something she hears every day. Invite her into a game. She'll want to understand what exactly you see in her. Most importantly, this message gives her a role. She becomes the heroine of your story, the focus of your intrigue, something worth discovering. And every woman wants to feel special. Use this phrase wisely, and she'll feel an irresistible attraction toward you. 2. I was thinking about you today when... This message arouses her curiosity and makes her wonder why you decided to think about her specifically today. It sparks her interest because it creates the illusion that you're thinking about her and not just about yourself. Women often appreciate attention and want to be a part of a man's life, even if they don't talk every day. Why does it work? Personal approach. The word "today" adds a sense of timing, as if you've just had this thought, making her part of your experience. This highlights her importance in your life. Emotional involvement. When you say you were thinking about her, it creates an emotional connection. She feels that her presence in your life is more than just text messages or quick meetings, but something deeper and more valuable. Creating intrigue. She doesn't know what exactly made you think about her today. It could be something simple or something personal, and she'll want to know more. How to use it correctly. Be sincere. This message works if you genuinely are thinking about her, not using her as an object of manipulation. Otherwise, it will be felt, and the effect will be the opposite. Don't be too direct. Instead of immediately revealing what caught your attention, leave room for her imagination. For example, you could say, "I was thinking about you today when I passed by the park where we walked." This creates a sense of personal connection. A bit of intrigue. You can add a light mystery, such as, "I saw something today that reminded me of you, but I won't tell you until you guess." Successful examples. "I was thinking about you today when I passed by that cafe where we sat together once." You would definitely appreciate the interior. "I remembered our conversation about books today when I saw a new book, and it instantly reminded me of you." "I was thinking about you today when I saw that man with your style, and it made me remember how you told me you love that style." Effect. She feels significant in your life, and it creates a sense of deeper communication. This message is not just a text, it signals that you value her and are interested in her personality. 3. Have you ever noticed how? This message is designed to engage her in reflection and draw attention to a specific moment or phenomenon that she may have encountered but never noticed before. It sparks her curiosity and makes her look for a shared interest with you. When you ask her about something she might not have noticed before, you create space for intellectual exchange and joint observations. Why does it work? Creates a sense of shared exploration. The question, "Have you ever noticed how?" implies that you're offering her a new perspective on a situation, meaning both of you become participants in an interesting discovery. Makes her think. When you bring up something she might have never noticed, you're encouraging her to deepen her attention to the world around her and focus more on you. This increases trust and engagement. Opens the path to more communication. This message works as a bridge, allowing you both to exchange many ideas and impressions. If she responds, it opens up the possibility for deeper conversations. How to use it correctly. Be careful with your choice of topic. It's important that what you ask about is interesting but not too complex or odd. It should be something that can catch her attention and intrigue her. Don't make the question too broad. If the question is too vague, it might confuse her. It's better to be specific, so she can easily find an answer and feel like it was worth participating in the conversation. Add a personal touch. You could say something like, "Have you ever noticed how this sound reminds me of your favorite songs?" This gives the conversation a more personal touch and makes it feel more intimate. Successful examples. Have you ever noticed how the light changes before a rainstorm? I always thought that moment reminded me of your eyes when they light up. Have you ever noticed how small details in a room can change the atmosphere? I recently realized that you and I always pay attention to those things. Have you ever noticed how old movies make you feel like you're in a different time? It reminded me of your stories about the past. Effect. She starts to look for a connection between her own experiences and yours, deepening the emotional bond. She feels that you're paying attention to her perception of the world, which creates space for deeper conversations and strengthening the relationship. 4. I would love to know your opinion on. This message shows respect for her opinion and demonstrates that you value her perspective. Women love it when their opinion is taken into account, and when a man asks for their advice or help, it creates a sense of importance and significance in her life. Why does it work? Shows respect and values her opinion. When you say you want to know her opinion, it's not just a question, it's a signal that her views matter to you. It creates the feeling that she's not just an object of communication, but an active participant in your life. Encourages her to participate in the conversation. This question opens up space for her thoughts, leading to deeper interaction. Women appreciate the opportunity to be heard and to share their wisdom. Allows for a deeper connection. Asking for her opinion can lead to a more intimate and meaningful conversation, which strengthens your bond and creates a foundation for further discussions. How to use it correctly. Be sincere in your interest. If you want to know her opinion on something important, make sure you're genuinely interested in her response. It shouldn't feel like a formality, or else it will come across as manipulative. Be specific. Clarify what exactly you want her opinion on. This helps avoid confusion and makes the conversation more meaningful. Don't ask overly complicated or personal questions in the early stages of communication. Questions that require deep reflection can be useful, but it's important that they match the level of your relationship. Successful examples. I would love to know your opinion on what I read yesterday. Have you ever come across an idea like this? I'm curious what you think about the last movie we discussed. I still can't decide if I like it. I would love to know your opinion on traveling. Do you prefer planning everything in advance, or do you rely more on improvisation? Effect. She feels that her opinion matters, which encourages her to participate more actively in the conversation. You create the feeling that she's valued and has an important place in your life, which leads to a deeper bond and trust. 5. Have you ever thought about how this affects? This message encourages her to reflect on a deeper context, prompting her to find connections between different things that may be important to your conversation. This question opens up new horizons for thought and makes her a part of the interesting conclusions she wants to engage in. Why does it work? Makes her think about the deeper context. When you ask how something affects something else, you're opening up a new layer of perception about the world, which may be important and interesting. It creates the feeling that you're on the same wavelength when it comes to understanding life and the world around you. Highlights her intellectual abilities. Women appreciate when their intellectual abilities or unique perspective on things are recognized as valuable. This question gives her the opportunity to demonstrate her depth of thinking and analytical skills. Create space for deeper conversations. This question can serve as a starting point for long and meaningful talks, which help you get to know each other better and build a stronger bond. How to use it correctly. Be careful with topics. It's important that what you're asking about is reasonable and not too complex. The question should be interesting, but not overwhelm her with unnecessary complexity. Don't ask the question too soon. Such questions are best asked when you're already a bit familiar with each other and communicating on a deeper level. This will create an effect of trust and mutual respect. Be open to her opinion. This shouldn't just be a question you expect an answer to. It's important to show that you're genuinely interested in her perspective and are ready to listen to her point of view. Successful examples. Have you ever thought about how our habits affect our perception of happiness? Have you ever thought about how your attitude toward money can affect your inner state? Have you ever thought about how small actions can lead to big changes in life? Effect. She feels that her opinion matters and that you're interested in her intellectual side. This encourages her to engage in deeper conversation and helps build a strong connection. 6. I've been thinking about something lately, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. This message creates a sense of intimacy by sharing something personal with her. It invites her into your thoughts, showing that you trust her enough to open up. By asking for her thoughts, you create a space where she can contribute to your reflection, making her feel more involved and valued. Why does it work? Builds trust and openness. When you say you've been thinking about something, it signals that you're letting her into your inner world. It shows that you trust her enough to share your reflections, which can deepen the connection. Makes her feel important. Asking for her thoughts on something personal or meaningful makes her feel valued. It shows you're interested in her perspective and want to know how she sees things. Encourages a deeper conversation. This type of message is more than just a casual question. It invites her to think critically and engage in meaningful dialogue. This can lead to a richer, more personal conversation. How to use it correctly. Be genuine about what you're sharing. If you say you've been thinking about something, make sure it's something that actually matters to you. It shouldn't feel like a rehearsed or manipulative statement. Be clear about the topic. While you want to share something personal, you should also give her enough context so she can provide a thoughtful response. Don't overshare too early. If you're still getting to know each other, keep it light and avoid too much personal detail. It's about gradually building comfort and trust. Successful examples. I've been thinking about something lately, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Do you think it's better to follow your passion or be practical when making life decisions? I've been reflecting on how we approach success and failure, and I wanted to hear what you think about it. I've been thinking about how we shape our habits, and I wanted to get your opinion on how we can stay consistent in our goals. Effect. She feels like she's part of your inner world, making her more likely to open up and engage in a deeper conversation. This builds intimacy and strengthens the emotional connection between you. 7. I've been wanting to ask you something for a while. This message creates a sense of anticipation and curiosity. It suggests that you've been thinking about her and something specific you want to know. This builds interest and encourages her to engage in the conversation, as it makes her wonder what you want to ask. Why does it work? Creates curiosity. The phrase, "I've been wanting to ask you something for a while," immediately sparks curiosity. She'll want to know what it is, which makes her more likely to respond and stay engaged in the conversation. Builds anticipation. By suggesting that you've been thinking about a particular question for some time, you create a sense of intrigue. This makes the conversation feel more significant and meaningful. Shows you've been thinking about her. It implies that you've been reflecting on her, which can make her feel valued and special. It shows that you're interested in her on a deeper level, beyond just casual conversation. How to use it correctly. Be mindful of the timing. Don't use this phrase too early in the conversation, as it may feel forced. It works better when there is already some rapport between you. Follow through with a thoughtful question. After creating the anticipation, Make sure the question you ask is meaningful and shows genuine interest in her thoughts or feelings. Don't overdo it. If you use this phrase too often, it can lose its effect and come across as manipulative. Use it sparingly to maintain its impact. Successful examples. I've been wanting to ask you something for a while. What's the one thing that makes you feel truly alive? I've been wanting to ask you something for a while. Do you believe in love at first sight? I've been wanting to ask you something for a while. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received? Effect. She'll feel intrigued and curious, which will encourage her to stay engaged in the conversation. This message creates an emotional connection and builds anticipation, making her more invested in your exchange. 8. I can't help but wonder. This message triggers curiosity and introspection. By saying, I can't help but wonder, you make her feel like you're deeply thinking about something related to her, which invites her to share her thoughts and engage in the conversation. Why does it work? Creates curiosity and intrigue. The phrase, I can't help but wonder, suggests that you've been reflecting on something, and she'll be curious to know what exactly is on your mind. This piques her interest and encourages a response. Makes her feel like she's on your mind. When you say this, it gives the impression that you've been thinking about her or something related to her, which can make her feel special and valued. Encourages deeper conversation. The phrase opens up the conversation for a more thoughtful or philosophical response. It's not just a casual comment, but an invitation for her to explore a deeper topic. How to use it correctly. Follow up with a specific thought or question. After saying, I can't help but wonder, be sure to follow up with something specific that's relevant to her. It could be about a shared experience, something you've observed, or something she's passionate about. Don't overuse it. If you say this too often, it may start to feel like a line. Use it strategically to create genuine curiosity and interest. Be genuine. The phrase should reflect something you've genuinely been thinking about. Don't make it sound like a rehearsed tactic, or it will lose its authenticity. Successful examples. I can't help but wonder. What's the one thing you've always wanted to try but haven't had the chance to yet? I can't help but wonder. Do you think people change, or do they just become more of who they are? I can't help but wonder. What's the best way to live a fulfilling life, in your opinion? Effect. She'll feel like she's part of your deeper thoughts and reflections, which makes her more likely to open up and engage in meaningful conversation. This builds an emotional connection and strengthens the bond. 9. I've noticed something about you that I find really intriguing. This message is a compliment wrapped in curiosity. It catches her attention because it indicates that you've observed something unique about her. This makes her feel special and valued, sparking a desire to know more about what you find intriguing. Why does it work? Shows attentiveness. By saying you've noticed something about her, you're showing that you pay attention to the little details. This can make her feel appreciated, as it highlights your awareness of her unique qualities. Creates curiosity. The word intriguing sparks curiosity about what you've noticed. She'll want to know what exactly caught your attention, prompting her to engage further in the conversation. Gives her a sense of uniqueness. People love to feel special. By pointing out something specific that intrigued you, you make her feel like there's something uniquely captivating about her, which can build her attraction toward you. How to use it correctly. Be specific. Avoid vague compliments like, I find you intriguing, without any context. Mention a specific trait or quality that you genuinely admire or find interesting. This adds authenticity to your message. Don't be overly intense. Make sure to keep the tone light and conversational, especially if you're still getting to know each other. Overwhelming her with too much praise too soon can come across as disingenuous. Balance curiosity with respect. While you want to express your intrigue, make sure you're respectful of her personal space and boundaries. Your aim is to spark a deeper connection, not to make her feel uncomfortable. Successful examples. I've noticed something about you that I find really intriguing. The way you approach challenges with such calm confidence. How did you develop that mindset? I've noticed something about you that I find really intriguing. Your ability to see the positive in every situation. It's really inspiring. I've noticed something about you that I find really intriguing. The way you carry yourself with such authenticity. I admire that a lot. Effect. She'll feel seen and appreciated for the unique qualities she brings to the conversation, which can create a sense of connection and lead to a deeper bond. 10. I've always wondered how people like you think about. This message invites her to share her perspective on something, implying that you see her as someone with a unique or insightful point of view. It's a great way to make her feel valued and respected for her thoughts and opinions. Why does it work? Appeals to her intellect. By asking how people like her think about something, you're recognizing her intellectual value. It shows that you view her as someone whose opinions are worth considering, which makes her feel respected. Creates a sense of exclusivity. The phrase, people like you, makes her feel unique and special. It implies that you see her as different from others, which can spark a sense of pride and connection. Encourages deeper reflection. This type of question requires her to think more deeply and share her insights, which can lead to a richer, more meaningful conversation. It also helps you learn more about her thought processes and beliefs. How to use it correctly. Be thoughtful with the topic. Choose a subject that is relevant and interesting to her, and make sure it's something she can offer an insightful opinion on. This will encourage her to engage more fully in the conversation. Avoid making it sound like a forced question. The goal is to have a natural, organic conversation. Make sure your question flows with the ongoing exchange and doesn't seem out of place or too rehearsed. Listen to her response. Once you've asked this question, be sure to give her the space to share her thoughts and opinions. Show that you genuinely care about what she has to say and value her perspective. Successful examples. I've always wondered how people like you think about the importance of staying true to oneself in today's world. I've always wondered how people like you think about the role of ambition in finding happiness. I've always wondered how people like you think about the balance between work and personal life. What's your take on it? Effect. She feels recognized for her unique perspectives and values, which can foster a deeper connection. This message leads to more thoughtful conversations, allowing both of you to explore important topics together. 11. There's something about the way you see things that I really admire. This message is a powerful compliment that acknowledges her unique perspective and intellect. It conveys admiration for her thinking and makes her feel appreciated for the way she views the world, creating a deeper emotional connection. Why does it work? Recognizes her perspective. By saying, the way you see things, you're emphasizing that you value her point of view, which can make her feel respected and admired for her unique approach to life. Builds emotional connection. Compliments on intellect or perspective often go deeper than just physical attraction. This message shows that you're interested in her mind and the way she processes the world, not just her appearance. Encourages self-reflection. When you compliment her on her perspective, she might begin to reflect on what makes her views unique. This can encourage a deeper, more meaningful conversation about her thoughts, experiences, and beliefs. How to use it correctly. Be specific about what you admire. Don't just say, the way you see things, without elaborating. Mention something specific about her perspective that you find admirable. This makes the compliment feel more genuine and thoughtful. Balance admiration with curiosity. After complimenting her, encourage her to share more about her thoughts and experiences. This keeps the conversation flowing and shows that you're genuinely interested in learning more about her. Don't overdo it. While this is a great compliment, don't make it the only focus of your messages. Use it strategically to deepen the connection without overwhelming her with excessive praise. Successful examples. There's something about the way you see things that I really admire. The way you approach challenges with such calm and clarity. It's inspiring. There's something about the way you see things that I really admire. Your ability to stay optimistic even when things get tough. It's something I really respect. There's something about the way you see things that I really admire. Your perspective on balancing work and personal life. I'd love to hear more about it. Effect. She'll feel recognized and valued for her thoughts and perspectives, which strengthens the emotional bond. This message helps build trust and connection, leading to a deeper, more meaningful conversation. We've gone through 11 messages that are guaranteed to catch her attention and make her want to engage with you. These aren't just simple lines. They are tools that can help you connect on a deeper level, create intrigue, and build trust. By using these messages, you're not only learning how to communicate effectively, but you're also mastering the art of building genuine emotional connections. Now, remember, It's not about using these phrases mechanically or trying to manipulate emotions. It's about being authentic and showing genuine interest in the other person. When you communicate with honesty, respect, and curiosity, you'll be amazed at the doors it opens in your relationships. Thank you for watching. I hope these insights help you feel more confident and empowered in your interactions. The power of Stoic wisdom is in the way you apply it to your life. Stay calm, stay focused, and use these tools to create meaningful connections that matter. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and loved ones. And make sure to check out more videos on our channel, Inner Citadel, where we dive deeper into the principles of Stoicism and how they can help you live a stronger, more purposeful life. Stay strong, stay wise, and remember, your journey to self-mastery is just beginning.